Hello, this is John N5ID. I wanted to show you how I learned CW. This is not a professional CW course. I got my ticket back in 1977, right before I turned 14. Been doing CW 48 years. I love the mode. It's not that difficult to learn, especially when you're younger, but wanted to go through some tips on how I learned it. I'm not saying this is the right way to learn it. I'm sure the CW Academy would teach very different ideas than I have, but I'm going to go through a few videos and show you how I learned CW. I didn't try and learn it all in one day. I would do 3 or 4 letters one day and 3 or 4 letters the next day, and within 2 weeks I had learned CW and was fairly proficient at it. So what I'm going to do today is go through the first 4 letters of the alphabet. This is all I did. I pulled a dictionary off the shelf and looked up Samuel Morse and looked up the Morse code, and I memorized A, B, C, and D. And you don't memorize CW saying dot dash, you memorize it saying dit da. This is an A, dit da. And I'm sending it 15 words a minute on my old Venture paddle. I'm not using a straight key. If you're going to learn CW, when you start to send, you probably want to start with a straight key, but I have tendonitis and arthritis, so I use a paddle these days. Again, this is an A. This is a B. Da, dit, dit, dit. This is a C. Da, dit, da, dit. This is a D. Da, dit, dit. Now what I want you to do is I want you to write down on a piece of paper A, dit, da, B, da, dit, 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 C, da, dit, and D, da, dit, dit. That's exactly how I learned it. I found that if I would write it down, I would remember it better. You can pause the video for just a moment while you're writing that down. A, dit, da, B, da, dit, 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 C, da, dit, and D, da, dit, dit. So let's go through that again. A, B, C, D. Now I want you to try and tell me what letter I'm sending. D. D. What letter is this? B. B. C. C. A. A. Let's go through it one more time. A. B. C. D. Memorize that. A, B, C, D. Now I'm going to send just a few simple words. I'll send them slowly and leave a lot of spacing. I sent a D by mistake at first. I'm going to make mistakes on sending, but I sent B-A-D, bad. Let me send that again. Well, I sent Bab then, B-A-B. I apologize for my sending. I'm not used to sending slow. I usually go about 25 words a minute. Let me send it again. Bad. I'm going to send another word. Cab. Cab. Add. Now let me tell you, I didn't try and learn CW all at once. The first day I learned A, B, C, and D, and a few simple words like bad, cab, and add. You can go back and listen to this video again, and I'm going to have several videos where I add letters each day. Thank you for watching the video. Again, I apologize for messing up on some of the letters. That's just part of CW. And again, I'm used to sending, I'll show you the speed that I'm used to sending at least 22 words a minute. That's test. That's bad. That's cab. And add. Now one thing, when I learned CW, I didn't try and learn it extremely slow at 5 or 6 or 7 words a minute. I wanted to at least learn 15 words a minute to begin with, and leave lots of spacing in there. And when I'm QSOing with someone who's a lot slower, I may slow down to 20 or 18 words a minute, but when I do that, I'll leave a lot of spacing for them. For instance, this is 18 words a minute. I just sent test. I just sent add, A-D-D. Again, if you'll stick with me, I think in about 12 or 13 days, you will master CW. Learn your A, B, C, and D's today, and on the next video, I'll go through E, F, G, and H. Thank you for watching the video, and God bless.